Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again, and in this video I'm going to be doing a review of the demo Ripping Evil by the blackened death metal band Sathanas. So before I get into the songs, I'm gonna just name off the band members really quick. Mike Smith on vocals, Paul Tucker on lead guitar, Brian Axtell on rhythm guitar, Dave Smith on bass, and Bill Smiley on drums. Alright, so the demo starts off with actually my favorite song on here, Jaws of Satan. What a way to open the demo. I mean, it is fantastic. Like, it starts off with this, like, it's a fade in, kind of. Like, it starts, but it also sort of fades. Like, the song starts, but then it fades in as well. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but, like, it's like a fade in type thing. Where the riff gets louder and louder. But anyway, so yeah, the song's great. The riffing on this song and pretty much on every song on here, but this one in particular, like it's just really great. Really sort of this really heavy, evil sounding riff. That changes and varies throughout as well. The solo is wild and chaotic. Again, very much like the rest of the solos on each song. But yeah, that one's good. And then the vocals by Mike Smith. I mean, they're some of the best black and death metal vocals I've ever heard. They're these really cool, very evil sounding, like sort of a raspy growl, but like a higher pitch. Like think of like I don't know what other vocals to compare it to, but it's like sort of like a raspy sort of like a raspy sort of dry shout and snarl. And they just sound great. I mean, those vocals are amazing. But yeah, just a really fantastic opening track. Jaws of Satan is amazing and a great way to start off this demo. Next up is the song, was it Blood Sacrifice? Yes, Blood Sacrifice. I almost said Blood Ritual. I was gonna say Blood Ritual, but no, Blood Sacrifice. Another great song, and this demo has sort of a similar sort of thing where, I, again, great evil, also kind of like catchy and rhythmic guitar riffs. Again, that sort of vary a bit, have very slight variations throughout the song. Another great wild chaotic solo, and again the vocals are fantastic. Also the drum work is also fantastic. Mike's what is his name again? Bill Smiley, the drummer, is fantastic. Now the something I do want to mention is that the first two songs are more of a mid-paced kind of thing, but when you get into the second half, starting with the song Sathanas, of course the name of the band as well, these last two songs are actually really fast and just they just pick up the pace, and it's just a really great way to sort of like, with the second half, sort of like pick up the pacing a bit. Yeah, Sathanas. Everything that's great about the other two songs is great about this one as well, but it even adds to it by making it, a faster paced song. It just adds to the overall aggression. Again, same thing. Great rhythmic, sort of catchy guitar, heavy, evil sounding guitar riffs. That again have slight variations throughout. Another great chaotic solo, and again vocals and drumming. Again, it's just great. It's just, I love how consistent everything is on all these songs. Um, but yeah, just another fantastic one. And then the final track, the end track, to end off the demo, Hail Lucifer. This one is another faster one. I'd say it's maybe slightly faster than Sathanas. the song. But a really great way. It has a bit more. I think it's. There's no timestamps on here. Usually they're not on these older demos, but I believe that this song is the longest one. These songs aren't too long at all, but I believe this one is definitely the longest. I might have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure. It definitely feels like a great sort of end to the demo. Definitely, I'd say probably the most unique solo on here. On this last song, like it's a solo that like it's interesting because it's not quite as like I mean it's wild as and chaotic, but it's not like excuse me, it's not like it's like done and gone. Like the other ones are wild, chaotic, memorable, but also kind of short. This one has sort of like a two-part thing with something in between. So the solo on this one is like it's like the solo's happening and then it stops and then the main riff pops up and then the solo finishes. Like there's a in between, but at the same it sound like the way I'm describing it kind of makes it sound like weird and sort of disjointed, but it actually works. Like you have the first half of the solo, the riff, the lead riff coming in, then dropping out, and then the second half of the solo finishing the solo as a whole. The drum work and bass work definitely shine the most on this song as well. It's just a fantastic closer for the demo. Yeah. So before I get into my final thoughts on my verdict, I'm going to show off the artwork really quickly. This is probably one of my favorite demo artworks. It's the classic black and white hand drawn sketch that's been photocopied and it's been photocopied so they could release a bunch of these. Of course, this demo, this original cassette, like many others during the 80s, 90s, and all that, they were independently released by the band themselves. Yeah, look at that artwork. That is fantastic. I also love the logo. It kind of looks like it's made of fire. Even though it's black and white, you kind of get the feeling that this is supposed to be like the logo is supposed to be like it's made from flame. And then the artwork here, the main artwork as well, with the demonic skull with the pentagram on it, and then like the upside down crosses and these like hooded like monk figures or something, as you can see there. Yeah, absolutely fantastic artwork in my opinion. And then you just get of course, the name of the band and the name of the demo right on the side there. It's sort of faded, but yeah, the second half is kind of faded over here, but there you go. And then of course the back has the track listing, and then on the inside, there's the band member credits as well as the contact information. Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera to actually focus on this. Come on, focus. There we go. And then of course the cassette itself is the generic all black recording cassette with a white sticker on each side with the handwritten name of the band. Also, kind of have to be kind of careful. This little edge of the paper here is a little bit like bent, so it can get stuck on the rim of the cassette, and the paper might. I almost accidentally have torn the paper a couple of times trying to get it in here without catching it on the thing. Luckily, it hasn't torn. But yeah, I'm still trying to be careful because the paper's like kind of bent and it catches on the cassette. Anyway. So overall, an absolutely fantastic demo. Like if you're a fan of black and death metal, This is definitely something you want to track down and listen to. Now you could definitely listen to it on YouTube, but in terms of actually buying it, this original version is super difficult to find. I just kind of got lucky with it. But the easier versions to find are definitely the two vinyl re-releases, and I believe there's a cassette re-release slash remaster as well. That's also like a split, not cassette, a CD, not cassette, but a CD re-release slash remaster that has that has this demo on it, as well as the demo from the previous incarnation of this band called uh, Bethem or something. I can't remember the name. I think it's Bethem or something like that. But yeah. Anyway, so again, fantastic riffing, great vocal work. Again, drumming, and I love how and guitar work and all that. But something that I didn't mention yet is, or I kind of did, but I want to mention it again, is the way they set up these songs. The first half is mid-paced, and then it picks up and finishes. In terms of the second half, the last two songs are super fast-paced, super, just very very not lightning fast, but like I mean, it's like it picks up, and it's sort of like I don't know. To me, it just is a really cool way of ending the demo. Not necessarily just the last song, but like the second to last song as well. I love that it has the two different sections of the speed of a song. But yeah, also Mike Smith, the vocalist, great vocals. Like I said, it has this sort of like raspy, sort of like dry, sort of like raspy, dry shout, but has like a snarl behind it as well. Unfortunately, he didn't do many things. He was featured on this demo, and then he went to another band. I forgot the name of that band. I think it was called. Was it called Acheron? Or I think so. I think it was Acheron. He did vocals on their first demo as well, and then sort of just kind of like dropped off the radar, and he hasn't done anything since. And yeah, which is a shame because his vocals are fantastic on here, and even on the other band's demo as well. Acheron. I can't remember the name of that first demo, but I think it was a live demo. But yeah, overall, I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. This to me is a very sort of underrated and overlooked masterpiece of a demo. Definitely one of my favorite black and death metal demos. And from one of my favorite black and death metal bands. But yeah, again, if you love black and death metal, definitely try to track this demo down. Either version, either the original version or even the vinyl re-releases. There's been two. But anyway. So that's about it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.